Hi, good morning, everybody. And thank you for joining us on today's webinar. It's a nice, beautiful day, kind of wet, kind of rainy in Southern California. But right now, so far, so good. The sun is out and hopefully get more of this for the rest of the week. Hopefully you guys are doing well. And today we have a really, really valuable webinar, I think. It's something that is very common. Playback, when you guys sell surveillance cameras, NVRs, DVRs, playback and backend of video files do not normally happen until it's needed, like when something happens and then now there's, the customer or a dealer scrambling to find out how to play back and how to back up video clips. But we're gonna take care of that today. So we're gonna show you guys different ways to do that, to do your playback and backend of video files. Here with me today is Mike Lugo. He's going to be helping us with going through the the GUI and the softwares. Mike, how you doing today?
Doing great. Good morning, everybody.
All right, and of course, this webinar is brought to you by Bolide Technology Group. We're around for 27 years, highly experienced in everything CCTV. Great product, and you'll see here on this webinar, we're going to be using one of our Bolide iPac NX NVRs to show you guys. Okay, so we're gonna get down to it. Old ways of finding videos, old ways of backing up videos versus what's available now with the new technology, facial recognition, video analytics. There's just many ways that the technology has evolved, and it allowed for the users to easily find videos. Sometimes you're looking for 10 seconds out of 24 hours of videos. Are there easier ways to do that? Yes, of course. We're also going to show you how to pretty much save them into thumb drives, hard drive, a way to extract video from the hard drives and the recorders. So you can see here, this is an old DVR GUI, and really what we're accustomed to is what? Setting up for 24/7 recording. If you do it that way, what do? You browse, sort through videos.
Sort through hours of video and trying to find the right moment. And you could watch a whole day looking for something that happened throughout the day. So, yeah.
So if not that, then it's motion detection, right?
Yep.
So motion detection is still good. I mean, it's still widely used. So you're eliminating unnecessary recordings. But motion detection is motion detection. Whether it's an object or leaves or a spider.
Yeah.
Anything that really moves is motion detection, right? So,
yep. Yeah. There's so many new ways that we're going to show you of finding video. And this industry, a lot of time is money. So yeah, I'd be able to get in and out, get this video very quickly.
Yeah. So we'll show you guys this same method, and I'll show you guys that it's actually, this process is still easier to do now than before, the same way. And then we're gonna show you faster ways of doing the same method.
Yep. So let's go into. So here's our recorder. Okay.
So whether it's NVR or DVR, it's going to be pretty much the same way, right? You set up. So you do the install, you set up record schedule, you set up for 24/7 recording.
Yep.
Or motion detection.
Yep.
And then stuff's already recorded.
Stuff's already recorded.
Now something happens, and then you want to play back, and what do you do?
So before, if you guys are familiar with actually any product, they all work pretty much the same. That you see a timeline on the bottom. For ours, it's green. It might be a different color, but I have this whole day or up to today of video that I got to sort from. Where am I gonna, what am I looking for? How am I gonna get it? It could take forever. So you guys can see on the screen, we have many different ways to search for video now, and it makes it very easy to find whatever it is you're looking for. Of course, this is traditional way. I gotta look for my video through all this time here. It can be very time consuming. Now, not only do we have that same option, but we have all these different ways on the side to search for regular video. This is a 24-hour recording. I don't have it on, motion or any other type of recording style. There's many ways to search.
But you can filter activities.
Exactly. So I can filter out
more activities
now or what's going on. Yeah. So analytics. So of course, like I said, there's the usual. That's what you see when you go into older recorder. But now I have events, right? I can go and any type of event. Was it a motion event, input output event, PIR, etc. And it'll give me all the events that happen with any of those different options. And I can, say I don't want to look for a certain type of event. I can just click these off, and I'll only get the events that I'm looking for. And backing up is even easier. I can just select the videos I want.
Can I play this right here?
You can. So a simple play button here will take me to it, right? And you still see all of my events on the side here. And I can continue to play them. And there's two ways to back up. The traditional way, which is, the scissor clips, and I can go and I can get the exact size of the video I want. And then when I click it again, of course, I'll get my save options and stuff like that. But you can also just do it from here, simple backup. And those of you that aren't familiar with the backup process, you can always save in 3 formats: RF, which is raw footage, AVI, and MP4, which will play on any computer as long as it has the right codec. We recommend using VLC player because it has everything bundled into one. It's really easy to use. You can get that from the VLC website. But so I want to back this video up. I can hit, let's say, AVI, and then I should get my USB drive that I just entered. There it is. You can see there's already a video here that I recorded earlier, but I select my drive, hit OK, and you can see right here on the timeline, the progress bar. So I'm doing 3 videos, and it's going pretty quick. I don't really need to do all 3. I'll let it do 1 and I'll cancel. But that was pretty fast.
By the way, if you guys have questions, well, we have a questions box right there on your GoToWebinar. Feel free to type them in. We already have a question here. USB 2.0 versus 3.0.
Oh, so
what's a
big difference? Big difference. You're looking at USB 3.0 is about 100 times faster than USB 2.0. I think it's like, what did we say, it was 5 gigs? Yeah,
5 gig.
I think the transfer rate on a 3.0 as opposed to you're not even at a gig with the 2.0. So you want to get a 3.0. Really important too. You see there's a format button here. Real easy to format. You want to put in, I recommend getting a brand new drive, formatting it, because it does have to be in the format that the recorder accepts, which is FAT32. And normally one you put in your computer, you would do for the computer's format. So just a quick tip on that. But so that's the traditional way. And you could also do events the traditional way.
But you're looking at your events, but you don't know which ones you to look for still, right?
Yeah, so you're still doing it the old way. You're still going through events. We're going to make it a lot easier.
That's already fast too.
That's already pretty, yeah, exactly, very fast.
Click like all the events and back it up.
Back it up really easy. We added a new, sub periods. Sorry about sub periods. You can see here that I have some events down here for this camera 1. You have to do 1 at a time. So I'm going to click and I want to see my sub period. So this is going to give you increments. You can see multiple videos of the same camera throughout the day. The same video 4 times on one screen. That's pretty cool. You don't have to jump back and forth. Usually you would have to, click a section, then click another section, then click another section. This one lets you do 4 at a time.
Is it not if you're not sure when the event happened?
Yep. You're not sure when the event happened, or maybe you want to see when someone came and left, or what happened in between the period of that you're looking for. Many different uses for this.
Can you go from here to backup?
You could go from, well, so from here, right? The traditional backup is here again. You can hit the clips. It'll let you zoom in, and since it is periods, you just move your little arrow here to where you want, and again, backup, and we're back at the same window. Really quick backup. I mean, it doesn't get no faster than that, but it even gets better. So that's a pretty useful tool. But smart searching is even, so let's say you have some video that you're looking for and you don't have motion set up. I have one of these that's 24-hour recording. There it is. So I don't have motion set up, and I want to see a certain section of video. So this smart lets me select an area and search for it. But there's no video playing yet. So you get this video play. And some older videos. Let's go back to yesterday. There we go. 30 minutes. You guys, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with, you can slide this time all the way over to where you want to, and you can select within increments of time you want to search. So at the end of the day, so I got to move this over. It's like 2 hours, go 24. Click this thing here. And of course, you can select your different channels. You can do, multiple channels. So here's some video from yesterday, and I want to do a smart. Let's click that and then search. And so now it's going to take me straight to that video that I'm looking for. You can see up here on the top that has those areas that I selected that have video.
Yeah, so if I have something important there and I only care about
that section, yep.
Section, that ignores everything else.
Yep. So it makes it very easy to find anything.
They'll make it easier.
Yeah. A lot of times,
like, retail,
oh yeah,
register, like a safe.
A safe. Yep.
An expensive
anything.
Painting.
Yep. A lot of times customers are required to record 24/7 because they need, X amount of days of video. And in that case, it's really hard to search for video because you're using 24/7. This, puts that out the door, and you can find, like, if it was motion or a specific area that you're looking for that someone either crossed or took or something like that. So that's smart. And then we got tag. Now tag is, select all these, let's do a search. So tag is an event basically that happened and that you bookmarked and you want to go back for later. You don't want to do that search now, or you don't want to do that backup now, but later on you want to get it and you want to know where it's at without having to look for it. Here's some videos that we tagged, and this is gonna, for easy finding, I can hit playback, and here we go. Bam, we're back to the playback save screen. And this was some line crossing and perimeter intrusion that I set up yesterday. And so there's the video here at the bottom that it caught my line crossing and intrusions. And again, very simple. My clip,
backup. All right, that's easy.
Very easy, very easy.
Can you book? Can you tag can you tag a video or like a live video?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can tag a live video. Some live video.
So that way.
Yeah. So here's my customized tag. There's Ken. I'm gonna add it right there. I can name it, whatever I want. Let's name it just new right here, and save it. Bam. So now when I go back to my tag, back to my search, go back to tag. There it is. That's the video I just tagged right now. So I can go straight to that video without having to know what time it was or, any kind of specific information in general. I tag that video and there it is. It's ready to go. Another very easy way to retrieve video for your customers.
So if there's something suspicious going on,
yeah,
you can just tag it, whether you need it or not.
Yep. So this next option is pretty cool. It is for external files, meaning files you have on a USB. We have a customer that requires a lot of video, and they're using our our FTP option, and the FTP will send a video as raw footage, and to play that back or whatever, it sometimes needs you to have a extra piece of software, but now you can get that USB, pop it into the NVR, and play it from here, which is pretty cool. There's my video that I have on my thumb drive, and here's the video. Actually, here's the video I just saved a little while ago. So it makes it very easy to take video, or maybe you want to take it to another location. You have another recorder somewhere, that allows you to do that. Okay.
Go back to how do you get to the search menu
Okay.
from the get-go? So if this is the main screen, then the customer wants to play back.
Yeah.
How do you get there?
So a couple ways. The most traditional way is just going the bottom menu, search, we're there.
Search, and that's okay.
Yeah. Another fast way is if you can see this, this bar that comes up on the right side, and you see there's a bunch of play buttons on it. And I can scroll down, and these are just
those are motion
detection, face detection, any kind of. Actually, let's go here.
Oh, you can play it right there too.
Yeah, live. I can show you all the different pop-ups that I want to show on this right bar here, and all the channels that I want to show, right? And I can just go really quick. I want to see what happened here, hit play, and it takes me right to the video. Very simple. And then from there, I can back up just as easy, just like before. So another way of getting to that very, very fast, very easy, pretty self-explanatory. We want to make things as easy as possible for you guys and your customers. Next, let's go to picture. This has been on our recorders for a while, and basically it's just going to be pictures of snapshots of individuals that came through. Let's see, I don't know if I have it set up. I do have it set up for pictures. So these are just snapshots, still images, same like you would get if you were doing the cloud, or if you were doing, you set up your pictures as a failsafe to go somewhere else. Same exact thing, it just lets you find them very fast. So another new option, slice. What this is, it's pretty cool. So you can see we have some cameras here. Go camera 5. I highlight it, and so it's going to give me for the month of March. Click March, and then it's going to give me what day in March. Well, I've been doing this for 2 days, so I want to see yesterday, the 10th. And then we got a 24-hour time here, and I can individually, I can see the hours. So it's going to give me, if you can see the time increments, every single minute.
So you can kind of investigate what the general environment looks like.
Yeah, throughout the day, or throughout the hour, but then you can move the hours down here, as the next hour. Yeah, and you can play it. So I can just double click that, and of course it takes me right back to my save area where I can play, and I can save, and I can zoom, and I can tag, all that stuff's also down here. If there's audio's here, snapshots, there's our tag, customized tag, screenshots, all the good and easy searching methods that we have.
All right.
So probably the most important, or one of the most important features that we now have with our cameras is our intelligent face detection, face recognition.
Before we do that, let's go back to iPac AI.
Yeah, let's.
So you guys are gonna see us, or maybe you've seen already emails from Bolide, iPac AI. iPac AI is our artificial intelligence deep learning system, facial recognition, detection, matching system, the whole bit. I mean, it just makes the system super smart. Gather spaces, you can set block lists, allow lists, custom groups, right?
Yep.
And it's super accurate, super fast. And Mike's gonna go over. So when we talk about the new way of doing, I mean, you guys already saw how simple it is to do the different ways to playback on the NVR. This is an even more accurate and faster way to play back and back up.
Yeah, if you can believe that, it gets even faster and more and easier.
All right, yeah, so let's go back to our GUI.
So We have, you can see here, there's 4 topics here. So we got face, human in vehicle, repeat visitors is a new one, face attendance is a new one. How does this work? So in general, there's some faces. Let's say I want to add a face. Well, it's
how does it look?
so I want to do my alarm. What do I want to search, right? So like Ken said, we have the allow list, the block list. You can do customize lists as well. So I'm going to select them all.
So
right.
well, let's show how. Do you have a facial recognition camera up?
Yes, I do. So
okay, let me walk in front of that camera so you know how it captures faces.
Yes. Okay.
Is that channel 4?
It's channel 5. So it's the one up there.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're going to see how easy and how accurate it is to find these faces and how it is to search this video. This face recognition searching stuff is a game changer. So you can see right away, it found Ken right away on the right side right here, right? There's his face. Now I want to go straight to that video. I'm able to do that. I can just hit the play button, wrong mouse. Now I hit the play button and it's going to go right to that video. Real easy. It's real accurate. Yeah, it's going to make life a lot easier for everybody. So let's go back here.
To capture my face?
Yeah. So captured him right away. What I want to do is oops, I got to do this again. Select all. Let's add a face. So let's do mine. So it's going to find all my face from today. Let's go yesterday. So yeah, it hasn't found me anywhere. I haven't walked through there. Let's go back a little bit.
Yeah.
So I took myself out. Let's add someone to my list. See if we can search for them. I can. Okay. Now we're going to import, right? I'm going to import. I want to know if I'm his other picture. Add that. Okay. Okay. Get out of there. Oops. Let's get out of here. Let's go back. And let's add Ken now. There he is. There it is. So I found his faces right away. I can add these to this, or I can play.
70% match.
Yep. Oh, so that's another.
20% match.
That's a good thing that Ken brought that up. So you can do the matches, right? I want to search for anybody who was, 80% of someone who looked at this similar to it. We do have a question.
Does the facial recognition work on the DVR NVR with any camera, or are there specific cameras you have to have? Yes, for this, it's got to be the AI-enabled cameras. So right now, if you pick up our 5-megapixel varifocal Bolide, it will have this. Any of the 4K cameras would have this, and eventually it's going to be all of our IP cameras. But the answer is yes. You have to use specific cameras. The technology is already built into the NVRs. As long as your NVR model has a letter S at the end, then they can handle the firmware that has facial recognition.
So real easy to search video. So the second new.
Go to your channel. Go back to live view.
So yeah, and again, there, recognize them again. Yeah, if you can see, it's very simple. Again, I could play back from here. Makes it very easy to find video on this right hand side right here.
Away, right? I got it right away.
Yeah. So another feature that these AI cameras have is human vehicle detection. Yeah. So if you have this outside and you want to know if vehicles are coming by or if they're humans, go straight to the video. And of course, again, here's my backup, here's my play. I can get those videos very quick, very simple. Everything comes up. That's a very simple feature to use, very self-explanatory. With the new features that we got for the face recognition.
So how does it detect vehicle versus human?
So it knows, it goes by size. You can adjust more or less how far you are away from the object and it comes up. So key point is you can't use the vehicle human recognition with the face. So they're separate things, separate search, ways to search, I guess you could say. So repeat visitors, I'm sorry. This one's very cool. So let's say you are, I don't know, you want to know if the same person's been coming by, being suspicious, doing, what do they call it, casing the area or something like that. I want to know how many times this person has, how many times many people have came by. And it's just like the other one is on the allow list or blacklist. I can block list. I could do one or the other. Again, similarity to the actual person I'm looking for. I hit search. So there's the people who've came by. So that's me. 7 times I walked by, and you can see how many times each person has walked by. And from there, you can say, this person's going by too much. I can play it from here, see what it is he was doing at each individual time, how many occurrences, and then you could sort it. Time going up, time going down. You can sort it by how many times this person, individual, walked by, and then you can always save those videos. I can select them all, save them all at the same time, which is another cool feature. You don't have to go back and keep looking for that video and going back. A lot of times it only does one video at a time. This will do everything at once. It makes it very easy.
Can you look for faces that have not been bookmarked or set in groups?
So yes, you can. It'll still tell you what. So when you go to the group list, right? So if I had a specific group that I made, maybe not on list, it'll show those.
Yeah. Go back to face. So when you have, so let's look for search. Okay, so there's snapped faces,
yes,
or faces that you haven't.
Yeah.
So these could be people that you didn't put on block list.
Correct.
Right.
Yep. Correct. And then you have commonly used. So these these faces are used searched a lot. The snap faces is going to be every face that's got.
So every face, if this is at Home Depot. Yeah. And every this is like people, if you whether you bookmark it or not.
Yeah, and you see
they'll show up here.
I have 9 pages of faces going by from today only. So it grabs everything.
There's a question here. Got a message. I have seen a system that saves facial recognition, but it does not allow me to search for videos before I uploaded a picture from a flash drive. Can yours go back to?
Yes. So
go back and search videos after. If I upload the picture today, can it go back to my videos yesterday?
Yes. So just like let's go back here. Just like the snapped faces, these are all here. Now I haven't loaded a particular face yet. So if I load it now, add it to a list, it'll now categorize these faces to whatever I just uploaded. So yeah, it does go back. As long as the data's there, it'll still pull it.
And I have another question. Does the system does it keep the faces after the hard drive overwrites?
It's a good question. Yes,
does it get erased?
It does keep the faces. So, I've had this particular recorder on for about 9 months. Now, of course, the video from 9 months ago is no longer there. But if I go back, let's go back a year. All right, March 1st. No, I didn't do it. So let's go back here. Oh, maybe it's not a year. I don't know, but it does. Oh, a day right here. So yeah, it does go back to however it is that you set this date here. It'll go back.
So you always keep your face.
Always keep your faces. So the database is separate from your video. You know, the video gets overwritten oldest to newest. The database is going to stay there, and you can also export it. If you have multiple recorders, you can have them on, you know, get all your faces on one recorder, and you're adding a new recorder in another location, but it says, you know, same employees or something like that. You can export that the faces to the new database.
And you can do the same thing, right? So you can do like events. You can select all.
Yes, select all,
and then back up right away.
Yep. So I can do custom playback. How long do I want to do each video to playback? And then of course you have your save.
Yeah,
you can do the images or the video.
I mean, like, so this is like we want to show, like, compared to like you needing to browse and investigate, now you're letting the system like pick out.
Yeah, it's actually
humans.
I mean, you know, we say AI, and you know, it's actually a true statement. The recorder's learning on its own faces and how to do things the more you use it.
Yeah.
So
there's algorithms there that
yep,
separates vehicle faces.
Faces alone, yeah, it's very,
and the matching capabilities.
Yep. Yep. So the last new option that we have on our face recognition platform is face attendance. So what is this? This is, let's say you have cameras over your cubicles and you want to know when an employee is there, if they're late, if they're early, if they weren't there.
Yeah, this is great for like a business
owner. Business, yep. So let's go, I'll go back to yesterday. We'll go week, go to the 9th. Okay, and then of course we're going to search our groups, and then we're going to do a search. So found everybody I have in the database. And we want to know their schedule.
Also, you select start time, end time.
Start time, end time. So basically when they start work, when they are off work, and you can see these are the dates for the week, right? How many times they were early or late, you know, when they got here. Right here has a little key of what these actually mean, right? So when I click on the actual late or early or normal icon, you'll see that in between my times, I got some lines on the bars. And this is actually the video of when the person got there or left.
Oh, you can play it back right there.
You can play it back right there. So, but I don't want channel 16 because I took that off. So let's do a search again. Okay. And let's do, there we go. I want to do, so there's the video of someone who came by.
You put it where you clocked in, or
yep,
somewhere by the door,
by their office, by their desk, you know, and then from there it determines.
Can you do a report?
Yes, you can. So
you can.
You can. So I can export this whole everybody on it in the timeline, and it'll give me a Excel file with everything spelled out for you, telling you when they got there, when the whole report of the whole. And I can go back the month. You know, right now I'm just doing a week, but I can do the month. I can also, if I hit details, it gives me. Let's go over. I have some video. Where was I? It'll give me the days. There it is, and all the video ins and outs that the person crossed by here.
And there's always, see, that instant playback, because that's like
instant playback. Yeah,
that's
everything's instant playback. Yep. And I can, you know, change the name, on duty. You know, it's gonna play the video for me. It's gonna tell me he was late. All the information you would need for an attendance type situation. And I can go down this list and find everybody who has, you know, I can just click these icons and go to that video. There it is. Very simple. I can full screen it. Now, what about backing this up? Double clicking it again will take you to our favorite screen. Now, of course, we've got our scissors to get our clip and save it directly to our thumb drive. Move our timeline. There it is. And of course, AVI, MP4. Just to MP4 this time. Save. There's my thumb drive. Okay. And look how fast that was.
Easy.
That was a 5-minute video in 4 seconds. Very easy, very fast. It's a 200, almost 200 megabytes in like 4 seconds. So very fast, very easy to do.
Got a question here, Mike. How does attendance separate out the just comings and goings during the day as opposed to ending the day?
So you
Also,
said,
how do you know? How do you know if I'm reading this correctly? How do you know which times they hit the camera is the time that they clock out?
yeah,
If that's the question.
sounds like it. So yeah,
Yeah.
you adjust that through here. You're on duty, off duty.
But what if they walk through the camera throughout the day?
So then you'll see multiple times. So like this was before actually, right? Let's see if I can find.
Oh, okay. So this the two, so start time pretty much and end time
Is your start time, work time, ending? Yeah,
if,
clocking in, clocking out.
yeah, if the bar is outside of that, or well,
yeah, outside the
late,
timeline.
yeah, out on and entry, and then before the last at the end time,
Yeah,
then okay, I get it.
yeah. So maybe you want to put it like on the time clock. You know, so when someone comes in to punch in or punch out, it'll catch their face and say, okay, he's in, he's out. And it'll give you everything in between. So if you haven't, if you haven't clocked in by 8:30 and you show your face at 9 o'clock, say about here, it's going to count you as late.
Yeah, well, don't install that here.
Yeah, so I mean, it's everything's set up to make it very easy for you or your customers. Everything's there. And like I said, you always have the export of this Excel file that is a physical copy of the times. Yeah. So.
All right, cool. So that's the facial recognition. I mean you can tell from going from motion detect and all that, going to this stuff, everything's just super fast.
Super fast, yeah.
All right, so now, can you do all this on the software?
Yes. Yeah. So.
So this is called Bolide. We're gonna show you the way to do playback and backup through this Bolide VMS. Just a little intro. Bolide VMS is our central software for PC and Mac for NVRs, DVRs. It's free. It's awesome. And you can also do playback and backing up quickly through the software. We have a question. Oh, it's Patrick. All right. How about if you clock in and out outside of the set work schedule?
So yeah, you'll see those green or red lines outside of that start stop time or start end time. So you'll see anytime that person went to the clock or whatever have you, it's going to show. So if it's within the time that is allowed, then they're going to get, either a late or a on time. So let me pull this up here. Let me see why this is not showing that. So you guys should see the CMS. There it is. Okay.
All right, so this is the
VMS.
Bolide VMS. Okay, so we already added the same NVR.
Yeah. So it's a little different. If you guys are used to our CMS, this is our newest software. It's a little different, but it's the same. It's got more features, more functions, easier to use. But yeah, let's find out how to, let's search for some video. Of course, we have our traditional remote playback. Come here, go to my recorder, and I can highlight my cameras that I want. You can see on the bottom of each date is a little triangle indicating that there's recording on that date. Makes it vary, and then I can do what I'm searching for. There's the intelligent, which would be like face recognition. Always mainstream. I want to do the whole day, and then you can see here my timeline. It's a little different if you're used to our CMS. CMS would give you
That's the older version.
Older version, yeah. And now we have all these different types of video to search. Let me go back here, and the colors indicate what is what. So all these different colors. You can go to the key right here on the left, and it'll tell you what it is you're looking at. So of course, yellow traditionally is motion for us, but now we have intelligent, PIR, input output, manual recording. If I set a manual record to the recorder, it's also there. That's pretty cool. We never had that before either. So play my video. There's my video that I had with my perimeter intrusion and line crossing. Of course, I set one up for 24 hours, and I can also just click on where I want, and that video will go there. Very easy. If you have a fisheye, like we have here, you can do the different fisheye views if you guys ain't familiar with how the fisheye works. Cool. This is post recording. This has already been recorded. This is not live. I can still do my fisheye and move it around like if it was a live view. Let's do something cool. Each individual picture, electronic PTZ we call it. You know, this fisheye becomes basically a digital PTZ.
You can also do this on the NVR.
You can do this on the NVR as well. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but the most important is this post recording. This is not live. This is the recording's already done, and I can still do this. It's pretty cool. So let's just go back.
So let's try to save something.
Yeah, let me get out of this PTZ really quick. So saving's done really, really, really easy. One thing that we added to our VMS that's like the recorder itself is this clip right here, and it makes it very easy to save video. One of the issues we had before is there's a preset video size and time of increments. Now you can do your own, you know, what you exactly want. Sometimes files would be split up. Now you can grab exactly what you want, and it works the same as it did before.
Start time, end time.
Start time, end time. You know, where's my video, where I want to save it. There's my progress bar, and it's going to save to my hard drive now. Or if I had a thumb drive in there, it would save to the thumb drive. Yeah.
Does it allow you to change formats?
It does. So the formats is a good question. So the format you want to save in, just like before, you have to preset that format, and it's going to be under system. So AVI, MP4, and RF. Those are your, and then of course where you want to save that video.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the new features that we added is,
now what if a customer wants to back up 1 day's worth of video?
So that's a good thing about our CMS. Like I said, we added this feature here. So let's go down to this one.
We got a question here, Mike. Can you back up into an external USB hard drive?
You can. If it recognizes it, you can, but it's a backup. So you won't be able to record to it live, but you can back up, you know, up to 1 terabyte of video on your recorder.
Using the 2.0 or 3.0?
Personally, I would use 3.0. It's a way faster. If you're doing that much video, you want to do it as fast as you can.
So ours, the USB port on the back of the unit is 3.0.
There's one 3.0. And how do you know it's 3.0?
Yeah.
It has a blue interface on the back. The actual physical interface is blue. And you can see it from a regular USB. It's usually black. If you look at the back of the recorder, you can see it. And that's 3.0. 3.0 is blue always.
We have a question. Does the Bolide VMS work with all recorders, or do you still have to use the Bolide CMS for older?
No, VMS will work with all recorders, NVRs and DVRs, and cameras, all three. So it's one platform for everything. You know, we like to keep it simple and keep it uniform.
Yeah. Ezekiel, you can download this software on a website under support and then software for manuals. And then you can, if you want to move your customers' units to it.
Yeah, I believe it's the first or second one on the software page. I'm not sure, but it is one of the top ones, first or second that you see.
So let's back up here. So let's back up. Can you back up like one whole day's worth?
So yeah, you can see I move my timeline. I can move this anywhere I want. So I move my timeline. I want to get all this video, right? There I go. And that's it. I can grab the whole, it's a half day here, but if it was a whole day, I just move that across. It's very simple.
What's the fastest way to do it? Through here or through the USB?
That's a good question. So the fastest way to do it would be through USB 3.0 on the machine. The easiest way to do it, for me personally, I mean, it's more of a preference thing, would be through the VMS. It's very simple to do it through the VMS. It's also very simple to do it through the recorder too, but me personally, the VMS is easier. It might be easier for someone to do it from the recorder.
All right.
Yeah. So let's close this out.
Can you do the facial recognition method on the CMS, on the Bolide VMS?
Yep. So that's one of the new features that we added.
Oh, okay.
There's a human vehicle. Put this down here. Let's click some of these videos, right? Humans, and then I can do, of course, my date. Let's go back to yesterday. Gravity. There it is. So there's all the detections it found. I can click one and it gives me all the information, what type it is, an ID.
Oh, you can play, and you can play back right there.
And you can play back right here. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Want to play that? There it goes.
Wow.
Yep. So just another way to.
Can I save this?
You can save this. I click it. Might not let me because it's an older video. I don't think I set this one up to save.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yes, you can save it from here. You can also export all these videos to a thumb drive or to your PC. Since we're using the PC, the VMS runs on your PC. Yeah, it just makes everything a lot easier. We also have down here. So this is another way to find your video. If you have your motion. So this is, keep in mind that the VMS and the CMS is a separate entity from the recorder, or let me rephrase that, can be a separate entity from the recorder. You can see here it says motion begins and ends. Now, I don't have the VMS set up to record to my computer. The recorder is recording, so I don't need to set it up here. But it's going to give me all these notifications of telling me, you know, things that happen on their time through here. Another tool to find things fast and make things just easier for you guys. Yeah.
Can you do the facial recognition?
So face search.
Oh, face search. Yeah.
Face search, yeah.
Face search.
So face search. Let's do from yesterday. So select my recorders. There it is. Search. There it is.
Oh, same. So it looks like the same.
The same. Yeah. We try to keep
way
it.
We're doing with the NVRs earlier.
Try to keep it the same. Try to make it easy. If you know one, you should know them all. Doesn't make it any harder. You can click it, and of course, you can play back from here. Really easy.
And you can see the face. You can see the picture on there and the video.
Yeah. Yep. It tells you the channel. Anything you would need, it's going to be here. So you can do it on the CMS if you're away from the recorder and you need to do something, you know, quick or find something out. Everybody's not always at the recorder, especially if there's multiple locations to a business. This is when this tool is more than helpful. Comes in handy. It's a lifesaver sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Of course, I can.
This is new. This is new for us too. So
yeah,
I'm seeing this and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, this is all new stuff. This is all. A lot of you probably haven't even though it's on our website, you haven't played around with the VMS yet. I recommend go to our website, download it, play around with it. You'll see that it's very easy to use. It looks nice. It's very user friendly. Yeah.
Does the software to import a map and be able to tell where the last place the face was detected?
So if you're referring to EMAPs like we had on our CMS, that does have that. But what you're referring to, if I can go back to my recorder, is, let me show you really quick. Okay, what you're referring to is this. I haven't loaded a map to it, but this here, this little.
Oh, this is suspect tracking?
Suspect tracking. So that's what you're referring to. It'll tell you not only the last place that the face was detected, but it'll show you everywhere the face was detected. And on a map, it'll show you, you know, they went through door number 2, went on to door number 3, and, you know, so forth.
But I think Ezekiel's question was, does the software do that?
Yeah, the software doesn't do that.
Okay. So you
because it's loaded to the recorder.
You do it to the NVR.
On the NVR, yeah. Yeah. But the software does have EMAPs, which is very similar to it. But they're just a little different. Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, you know, we don't want to keep everybody here forever. Let's do but I mean, it's obvious. I mean, these methods are like so much easier, faster, and somebody had a question on which parts had the facial recognition. So I'm just gonna breeze through it real quick. So the the 5 megapixel varifocal motorized lens eyeball. So the key is if you have this camera but it does not have the AI at the end, then it won't do it. But if you have a model that has AI, then it will work. This is the 5 megapixel varifocal 2.8 to 12 millimeter bullet. The 4K cameras, the Armor Dome, bullet, eyeball, and all that stuff. NVR wise, you order an 8-channel,
Yeah.
16, 32, and 64 channel. That stuff's already on
It's
board.
already on there. Yep.
If you have one already, and there's a firmware available that will allow, as long as you check the model number,
Yeah.
if there's an S at the end of the part number, then you can download and upgrade the firmware on it.
Yeah, that's also on our website. Right next to the software tab is a firmware tab, and just check your model number. Make sure it has to have that S at the end, and yeah, you could upgrade the firmware to the face recognition firmware in your recorder.
All right, and that wraps up the webinar. Thank you, Mike, and I think there's a lot of good information that we shared here. I'm impressed. I work here. So this webinar is actually recorded. If you guys want to, we'll email you recording of this webinar, and you can forward to anybody you want. For more information, send us an email, check us out, call us. We're on social media. Like I said, give us about a half hour. This webinar will be on YouTube, and you guys will all get a recording of it. Thank you guys very much. We're going to stick around. If somebody has a question, you can type it in. But I hope you guys saw the difference between old way versus new method, and just how much faster it is to search by face, you know, vehicle versus human, you know, doing all that, and how quick the playback and backup has become. So thank you guys, and I hope to see you on the next webinar. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you, everybody.